welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today is Sunday, and that means it's time for another Scraplift Crafternoon. This week we are scraplifting Kristen. It is her birthday week, so let's all wish Kristen a happy birthday. You might know Kristen as Scrappin' on the Fly, and she is part of our tribe here at Scraplift Crafternoon. We try to celebrate one another's birthdays by scraplifting each other during our birthday month. They scraplifted me and Christine in June during our birthday month, and now it's time for Kristen. We chose this layout up here in the corner, and we are going to be scraplifting that. So let's talk about what I'm going to be using. I pulled my August counterfeit kit. My kit was huge, and so I wanted to make sure that I try to use it as much as possible this month. I don't know if I'll bash that kit, because like I said, it is large. I had 44 sheets of pattern paper plus a 6x8 paper pad from Vicki Boutin's collections, Sweet Rush, and Color Study. And I have a mix of that here on my desktop, just kind of a bunch of stuff I picked and pulled, hoping to be able to give Kristen's layout a good try. I have a photo of myself with my granddaughter Scarlett. This photo was taken in December of 2016 while she was visiting me for Christmas. I have already kind of started working on the layout because I was going to use these two pieces of pattern paper side by side with this in the middle. I'm going to cover it with washi tape and that strip of pattern paper there. So I'm going to go ahead and make some cuts, and we're going to get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and trim a 1/2 inch off each of the two pattern papers that are going to make up my background. Doing this because Kristen had mounted hers on a white piece of cardstock, and I'm going to do the same. Now, I mentioned earlier that I was going to put that white strip of cardstock that you see off to the right hand side down the center to mimic the border that she has down the center of hers. I am going to adhere a piece of washi tape down the middle of that white piece of cardstock, and then on the either side of it, I actually cut one of my zip strips or border strips or whatever you want to call the little thingies that you take off the edges of your paper, and I'm going to put it on either side to make up the center piece. So here is my finished background. I did hand stitch it, and so now we're going to get started with the actual layout. So here's a better view of my completed hand stitch background, complete with the middle strip. As you see, I picked it up and I switched it because I am flipping the background of Kristen's layout. I will not be flipping the layers of pattern paper behind the photo and the embellishment clusters that she had. I'm just flipping my background. This is one way that you can make a scrap lift your very own. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this photo on this sunny piece of pattern paper. I want to get that border strip off the edge so that I can set it aside. Like I said in previous videos this month, I am saving those to use on a layout later this month. So I've got that photo adhered on that sunny background, and now I'm gonna go ahead and try to figure out what layers I'm gonna put behind it. I auditioned that little rainbow postcard. It's not gonna work, and so what I've decided to do here is I'm going to use this piece from Sweet Rush, this green, what are those, hash marks? I don't know what those are called, tire marks. Anyway, I'm going to use that green piece to go behind my photo, and then I'm going to just begin to start layering other bits and pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a journaling spot with this grid paper, and I'm going to use my one of my border punches to punch out the edges. And I see that I am off camera. I am so sorry, but I just turn my border punch upside down and I line it up and watch as I punch. That way I get it even. I know there's markings on the top side of those border punches. Yours truly never gets them straight using them. I find it easier and better to flip the punch upside down and use that instead. So Kristen had a circle here, and I'm going to use that circle chipboard frame, and I'm going to put a flower in the middle of it. I will pop that flower up on some fun foam later. I am sticking, like I said, various bits and pieces of, I think these are supposed to be journaling bits from the Sweet Rush or Color Study collection. I'm going to use them as tucking pieces, and I'm going to be putting flowers on my layout. I also have been trying to use that little banner this whole month because it has lost its stickiness off my chipboard pieces over there, and I'm tired of messing with it, and I want it to go down on a layout before I actually lose it or mess it up. So I'm not going to have a real title here. Instead, I am making a visual triangle with 3 sets of words. There is the love this circle next to my flower and chipboard frame. There is the you and me up there in that upper right hand corner, and down at the bottom you see the other bits. I decided I was going to go ahead and add that pink tag as well up there in the corner, and I'm going to use the hugs and kisses phrase from that, is it a Maggie Holmes sticker sheet or a Great Paper sticky sheet? I'm going to use that down there on the border, on the bottom of that journaling piece that I have. I know it's not straight now. I will fix that and make it straight before I take the final photos of my layout. So I've got my visual triangle of words going, and then I have that other cluster that Kristen had up there in the top left hand corner. And so now I'm just kind of adding some bits and pieces. I found 2 hearts on this phrase sheet that I want to use, and so I'm going to add those up on there, and that's going to be about it. All right, I am finished with this layout. I really like how this turned out. Kristen gave us a great design to play with, and I just really like how mine turned out. I'm going to add these splatters on here just to give it a little bit more texture and dimension, and I realized I hadn't done it for a hot minute, so I thought I'd go ahead and do my thing here. I want to thank you for stopping by my channel today. I appreciate those of you who take the time to comment, like, and subscribe. Clicking that thumbs up button down there below the video lets YouTube know that you like my content and would like to see more of it. Helps with their algorithms and all those things, so I appreciate when you do that. If you have any questions about this layout, just drop them below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Also, make sure you check out that playlist below and see all of the wonderful creations that my tribe is going to be presenting to you via video this week, celebrating Miss Kristen Scrapping on the Fly's birthday. Happy birthday, Kristen. We love you and we appreciate you, and we hope that you have the best birthday week ever. Bye.